Welcome, Abhiram, to today's session of Masterclass Space. Many
Mhm.
congratulations on getting CS in BITS Hyderabad.
Thank you.
So, I just want to have some informal introduction of yours.
Okay. My name is Abhiram. I'm from Hyderabad and I'm studying CS at BITS Hyderabad.
Okay, cool. So,
Yeah.
Abhiram, you have been part of Masterclass Space BITSAT Test Series, and I can see your
Yeah.
marks have jumped from 280 in the first test, first attempt to 299 in the session 2. So basically, this
Yeah.
19 marks have created huge difference. Otherwise, you would not have got CS in Hyderabad. So just
Yeah.
wanted to know what role Masterclass Space Test Series has played in your BITSAT preparation.
So I used Masterclass Space before my first attempt and the tests were slightly more difficult than the real thing, but I think that was pretty helpful, right?
Yes,
Because papers are unpredictable.
correct.
Uh like in recent times, like almost every paper has come harder than expected. So it's good to practice with papers that are slightly harder, and it's not like they're much harder, right? They're slightly harder, so the difficulty level matches, and it gives you some good like test experience. So I used it before my first test, and
Yeah,
um
I get it.
I was able to get some experience from it.
So the one of the best features of our test series is the analysis portion. I mean, any
Yeah.
comments on the analysis? Have you used the analysis? Have you seen the how the
Yes,
analysis are going on?
I did use the analysis. I used it to identify the errors I made. After the test, I wanted to see which questions I got wrong, right? So I went and I looked at I looked at the questions, and they upload there are some solutions uploaded as well along the questions. So you
Correct.
just look at the solutions and you figure out how.
I
If
get
I
it.
instead like so in master class, I think it's like they show the questions numbers, like the question numbers are all written, and then you can click on the question and the question fully opens. I would suggest that like the entire question would be like you can go back and forth between questions using the interface. So the shows
Your
itself.
voice is cutting. Your voice is cutting. Can you please repeat?
Yeah, so I only have one feedback about the analysis part, and that's instead of having all the questions as a list
Okay,
without the actual question,
sure.
uh, I would suggest that there's an interface where the question appears fully on the screen, and you can go back and forth between them,
Okay, fine.
like
That
section wise.
definitely we will
Yeah,
take this as a constructive feedback. We will inform to our tech team. Thank you so much. I also want to ask you, Abhinam,
yeah.
what score you are getting in our test series?
I got around 260, 260 to 265,
So
and sometimes
basically,
like 255 as well.
so
Basically,
basically,
like
it is
255 to 2.
it is good only that you are not way below or above. It is like 265 and you made it 280 and 299. So basically, it is good that you score little less in the test series and finally in the main
Yes.
exam you score 15, 20, 30 points more. Indeed,
Yes,
it
it's
is
also important that you don't get demoralized by seeing a low score, right?
yeah, sure.
Just analyze
I
it.
I completely get your point. Now, Abhiram, you must have prepared quite well for JEE and BITSAT and all these exams
Yeah.
for 2 years. I want what is the suggestion you want to give to the juniors who are preparing for BITSAT, especially for BITSAT? What is
Okay.
your suggestion to the BITS aspirants?
Specifically for BITSAT, my main suggestion involves chemistry, because chemistry in BITSAT is very different from chemistry in JEE. Most people study for JEE in 11th and 12th, and
Yes.
they think about BITSAT towards the end of it. I don't think that's a very good decision. From the beginning, just look at the BITSAT chemistry syllabus
Hmm.
and prepare according to that syllabus. There's a lot of theory based questions, so I would suggest memorization. Although memorization is not a very good way to learn things,
I know.
it's good for exams. It helps you score in exams. So yeah, chemistry, make sure you memorize the chapters in which there are lots of facts. That's the first thing I'd like to say. And second, For maths and physics, it's more about actually understanding the concept. Memorization won't take you that far.
Correct. And what is your suggestion about English and logic and reasoning? Because this is something which doesn't come in JE.
Yeah. So English, you don't really have to study for English because like the level of questions in English can be answered by most people already. And if you want to brush up, you should probably do that. But there's not much preparation required for English. Logical reasoning is something that actually needs preparation. Like most people think it doesn't require any kind of preparation, right?
Correct, correct,
And they go into the exam and they get like only like 13 out of 20 questions when they could be getting 20 out of 20.
correct.
So you need to you need to practice a lot of questions from logical reasoning as well.
I get it. Nowadays, English and logical reasoning, it constitutes 30 marks, 30 questions, I believe.
Yeah.
So there is already a huge weightage. Good. Now, talking a bit about your bits life. Basically, you have just started first year.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling on campus with new friends?
It's it's a completely new world, like
Uh,
in 11th and 12th you just sit and study in your house, but here like you're on your own and like yeah, everybody's going through the same thing. It's really interesting. It's
Interesting.
actually fun. So like just study hard to get here and you can have fun here.
But you have to study there also.
Yeah, it should be there should be a balance. Like
I
you shouldn't just you shouldn't just study. Like you should study and you should
okay.
also do what interests you.
So there are so many clubs and departments. Have you joined any clubs and departments in on
No,
campus?
like club, like they haven't started recruiting yet, but I'm planning on joining a few, right? So maybe like there's like a drone club,
Hmm.
like aviation clubs, and there's different. So I'll see which ones I'm interested in and I'll join them. I'll try to join them.
Very nice. Just one last question to you, Abhiram.
Yeah.
What are your long-term goal? Now you have got CS, you'll be graduating with bachelor's in engineering
Yes.
and computer science. So what are your long-term plans now in career?
I have I don't really have any long-term plans, right? I guess if I had a goal, it would be to find something that I'm like truly interested in.
Hmm.
Like as of now, I don't really have much exposure to these stuff,
Correct.
right? Because I was just studying these competitive exams.
Hmm.
So in college, I'd like to find some kind of field which I'm interested in, and from there, like we can see from there.
I get your point, and of course, the clarity will come with time. I believe so. It is just the starting of
Yeah.
first year. Once you do your CDCs in third year, then you will
Yes.
get more clarity that you are actually interested in this field and you want to
Yeah.
continue or you want to go for some other field or maybe MBA or whatever
Yeah.
XYZ it can be. So thank you so much for your time, Abhiram. Wish you
Yeah.
best of luck. Congratulations once again to you and your family. And be in touch. I
Thank
am
you.
also your senior only, by the way, from Pinani campus. For any alumni relation, reach out to me. I am there for you. Now our relation is not just a mentor of this one, but I am your bit senior only.
Yes.
Thank you so much for
All right.
joining
Thank
me.
you.